Let's get to it. Bringing you the greatest and the brightest creators, leaders, and innovators from around the globe. We'll always leave you with joy, jewels, and justice. Purpose over popularity is our motto. Now let's get to it. It's consulting time.
Hey, it's consulting time, everybody. I am so excited this evening to have an amazing, esteemed guest. Yes, I have someone who is held the booking magnet, Christine, the booking magnet Horn. And so I'm really excited to be able to host her today and to talk with her about not just her tenure as an actress, but some of the things that she's cultivated as an actress to be able to help other people. So guys, welcome to the stage an amazing actress, career life coach for actors, and so much more. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, can you hear me? Hi, Lily.
I am well, and yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm like trying to get my camera angle together. Thank you for
Girl,
having me.
girl, let me tell you something. You look good, and them cheekbones are on 10,000, honey. I'm
Thank
feeling
you.
it.
Thank you.
Christine, welcome, welcome,
Thank,
welcome, my dear.
thank you so much. Yes, good to be here.
And let me just first and foremost, we like to honor the person before we honor the
Okay.
contributions. So I want to honor you as a woman and also as a fearless leader in this entertainment space.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing what you're doing to support, so many other individuals in your employ. I definitely salute you for that. And I want you to know that we are so excited. We are so excited to be
Aw,
able to host you
I,
today. Yes, ma'am.
I feel the
Yes,
love. I
ma'am.
feel, hey, what's up, everybody watching live and on the replay? Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I'm grateful
Absolutely. Yes,
to
yes,
do what I
yes.
love. Truly, truly.
Well, I am grateful to have you. And so, Christine, let's just jump right in because you have been working on a lot. Now, guys, I'm going to let Christine tell you a little bit about herself. Then I'm going to go in because, baby, now, y'all know I like to get right. So I'm going to say this first and foremost.
Okay.
When Miss Christine Horn's bio came through my desk, baby, I cut a step for the Lord because I know that she is blessed beyond measure. She has really been featured in more than 50, 60, 70 projects. And we're going to talk about that. But Christine, I just really want to put that out there so that people understand you are truly the epitome of what we need in this space. And so just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, the fun stuff, where you're from, your favorite color, your favorite food, and all those good things. And then we'll talk about the business at hand.
Sounds good. I love your energy, by the way. It's so warm. Thank you for that. I'm Christine Horn. I am from New York, from the Boogie Down Bronx. Yes, but Atlanta's really home to me. That's where I finished. Went to Tri Cities High School, and really came into my own and as a lover of performing arts all my life. I've just always been a lover of arts. I've always wanted to perform. Always. I just always was like, I want to be a singer, actor, dancer. That's all I've ever said.
Okay.
So I'm really grateful to be able to live my dream and do that. Let's see what else. I've done Broadway. I've done The Lion King for 5 years. I do a ton of film and television. I am, like you mentioned, a coach also. I believe in lifting as I climb and giving back. I remember struggling in the industry early on and wishing someone would just help me out. And so I have a wonderful community that I created called Hollywood Bound Actors. And so we have an amazing community online here and a podcast and a Facebook group, all the things. So I'd love to teach people how to do what I do, because I believe that there's enough to go around for everyone, all of us. That's why I call myself a booking magnet. So I've just loved to speak life over myself and around others that I connect with. But yeah, in a nutshell, I am a girl from New York who, by way of Atlanta, who loves to perform, who loves to give back. Favorite food, I love to cook. My family's Jamaican and Bermudian, so I love to cook curry, jerk. Doesn't matter. I just love to
Uh,
cook.
don't do it. Girl, I love, baby. When I tell you I love me some good curry, that is, but look, the acid reflux don't love me, but I love me some good curry, honey.
Yeah, I love to cook. I love to play in my garden and grow herbs and veggies. So that's that about that balance. It's superstar, Hollywood life with very just grounded living as well. Yeah.
So that was one of the things I was going to get to in talking to you about gardening. And so let's start there. So guys, one of the things that I love learning about you is that you are, your philosophy is about hard work, dedication, and perseverance. And so with that being stated, when I read about you being an avid gardener, I said, okay, this makes sense because, guys, if you don't understand the process of gardening, it's a long, drawn out, never ending process. And so you have to prepare the soil, and then you have to plant the seed, and then you have to go back and continue to prepare and nurture that soil. So talk to us about how that gardening process allows you to, kind of evolve in the process of becoming an actress.
I love that you caught on to that. I mean, I think there's a connection. I tell people often when I meet them now, they're like, Christine, you're on Snowfall, you're on BMF, you're doing all this stuff. And not to sound like cocky, but I tell people I'm in harvest season. I've been planting seeds and watering and putting in the work and toiling the soil for years, working job after job and 2 and 3 jobs just to support my dream. So I'm in this space of I accept and am so grateful to be in what I'm calling harvest season, while I still plant new seeds. And there's something beautiful to me really about playing in the dirt and connecting to God. For me, it's playing in my plants and playing in the dirt is very spiritual for me. That's my meditation. I call it my plant meditation. I just go out there, play in the dirt, let God speak to me. And yeah, it just keeps me grounded. And it is a beautiful reminder of knowing that this industry is a journey. Like we hear journey, not a sprint, because you may want that okra overnight, them tomatoes overnight, but that's not how it always goes. You gotta wait. You see, just be happy for the little buds that you see coming and continue to nurture the buds. And so yeah. So yes, I see y'all in the comments. Yes, it is harvest season over here. Yes.
Yeah. So, Christine, you have done Broadway. You worked on BMF, Snowfall, Classified. But I'm going to tell you, when I found out that you had worked on The Good Doctor, I fell in love, honey. I fell in love because, that's an interesting space. That's an interesting space. So talk to us a little bit about, existing in so many different ranges, because you're in a lot of different time periods in, the pieces that you're in. You're going from theater, to film. And so talk to us just a little bit, maybe I would say 3 to 5 things that you have to do or tips for success when you are kind of preparing to move around.
Well, I think the key first is to establish that is what you desire. Everyone has a different goal. I don't, a lot of people in Hollywood worry about being typecast and being put in a box. I'm never really worried about that because I know I'm a chameleon. I'm very versatile. So I don't allow myself to be put in that box. I appreciate gigs that I get that may seem like the characters might seem similar, but because I love to transform. I mean, look at me right now. I'm a bald-headed woman by choice, and so I love to create characters, and so I get to tap into the different sides of me. So I would say the first step is accepting that declaring that you want to do more and deciding what that more is, and so that you can create paths to transform into different things and different characters. So if you're in a space where you want to do theater, well, you need to be, I always say, study and dissect the medium you want to dominate, meaning whatever it is that you desire to do, study that like it is your day job. I tell my students all the time, like, if you say you want to do TV but you don't study TV, you can't just watch as a consumer. I need you to watch, dissect it, see where you fit in. What can you do, right? If you want to do film, okay, well, what kind of director do you want to work with? What genre do you want to work in? Study that. Try that on for size, practice, so that when people see you, they will see more than just one thing. And then, of course, with the use of social media, use your social media platforms, your Instagram, your websites, all those things to show us, because this is an evidence-based business, show us how you want to be seen. I think for artists especially, we're sitting here hoping to just get discovered and hope people will just see all the depth and talent within us. No, you gotta show them that you're capable. Showcase your skills. Put your reels out there. If you can sing, if you can act, put it out there, because otherwise you will be the best kept secret. And I always say you can't be a secret and a success. So I choose that you need to know that I exist. I need to let you know what the talent that I have, the kinds of characters that I desire to play, and find a team and people to support you to get to those goals.
Guys, let me tell you this. If you don't drop some fire and some 100s right now, you cannot be a secret and success. But you know what message I heard, Christine, and everything that you just said? I just heard you say, study to show thyself approved. Like, that's really what I just heard, because, you know, reading about you and hearing you speak are two totally different things. Reading about you doesn't do you justice, darling. It doesn't do you justice. So congratulations, you know, for coming into your own. Congratulations for cultivating a space for other creatives to be able to exist. And let's go there, though. Let's go there, because you are climbing and you are achieving, but yet you are reaching back and you are saying, come into my space.
Yeah.
Let me nurture you. What catalyzed that? What motivated you to want to reach back and truly help? Because, you know, everybody doesn't do it.
No, I'm aware of that, but I also understand everyone is not assigned to do that also. So for me, many days I'm like, why am I doing this? I could just be, and then it's a calling. It feels just me operating in obedience. So that's the first thing. Also, I know that the God that I serve and love is infinite and abundant, and there's no limits on the God that I love. And so if I'm a reflection of that created me, then I get to show myself as God through other people and help them however I can. And then again, that is my own personal journey and how I operate in daily life. And the beautiful thing about it, something I learned from Jim Rohn. I'm a big personal development junkie. So Jim Rohn always says, the teacher teaches themselves. So the more you teach, the more it gets in you. So the more people are winning around me, the more I win. It is just this beautiful boomerang that just keeps happening. People come around me and they start winning, and then I'm winning, and we all winning. And it's just a beautiful cycle, and it becomes a ripple effect, right? You can't come work with me, then go and be selfish in the world, because that's not how I operate. So there are so many people, I see some here even in the chat, some people who I've worked with, and then they go help another person. They give some tips to somebody else who can help them also. So the teacher teaches themselves. God is infinite. There's enough work for everybody, and I operate in that space. And I know, and again, that's why I call myself, call my self-proclaimed booking magnet, because we all are magnets. We are all attracting things that's positive or negative. I choose to focus on the positive, and I just know like we can keep passing that on. Like, what a beautiful ripple effect in the world to just help and serve and be a light.
Guys, you know what? You're taking me back to so many old songs that me, my mom, my dad, and my grandmother used to sing. If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living will not be in vain. And guys, Christine's living is not going to be in vain, because she's not just helping one somebody. She's not just helping two somebodies. She is helping a multitude of individuals. And so it speaks to being fruitful and multiplying isn't just a biological thing.
Mm-mm.
It's a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
It's a philanthropic thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so I think that I just, your journey transitioning from Broadway to film and TV, and your gardening and your helping, all of those things are indicative of growth and the ability to cultivate. And so guys, if you are listening in real time or during the replay, understand that you need to activate the gardener in
Come
you
on.
to be
Come
able
on.
to actually grow and be a success and not a secret. And Christine is giving it to you. And girl, you got me over here ready to jump off this
You
live
fired
and
up.
run
Fired
because
up.
I needed it.
I can't help it. Listen, I'll go live sometimes in my community. They know me because I just let spirit flow through me too. Like it also, you know, I have to also admit there are days where it's very heavy. The load is heavy, right? And I just, sometimes I'll come on live and just feel like I just can literally feel what my community needs,
Okay.
based on their silence, based on what they're saying in comments. And I'm really grateful to that connection. And I believe it is that awareness and being tuned in that makes me an awesome actor also.
Yes,
What really
yes.
serves my craft, because you have to allow yourself, I say, to be open down to the white meat, right? To just be open and available to all that needs to come in to tell the truth and serve the stories and to serve the characters that we portray.
Wow, God. And I'm looking at so many people saying that they did duets with you, and I
Oh,
think
hey
it's just
guys.
utterly amazing. And look, I already know, Trey, I know you're listening. Go ahead and send me the information because I'm joining the community. I always need amazing coaches in this acting space. It's one thing to exist as yourself, in the film world, but it's another thing to begin to get into character. So Trey, you better send me that information right now while I'm interviewing Miss Christine. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, no
Did you
problem.
ever plan to return to theater?
I never say never. I love theater. That's where I grew up. I mean, it's
Okay.
how I got started. It's the best training ground ever. And that's why I tell a lot of actors who are new, if you can do it, whether it's free community theater, something at the church, nothing beats live audience energy, right? And trusting yourself and being in the moment, and somebody drops the line, like all of that is beautiful. For me though, right now in this space and stage of my life, I'm really on my trajectory for more film and TV. I love sitting in my trailer. I love residual income. I love, being on set. I love cameras. I love that version of it because it's challenging in a different way. In theater, you get there's no do-overs. It's one take. Hopefully the show goes good. That is what it is. I think being on camera challenges you in a different way, in that you do have to start and stop and start and stop and still give a performance that is consistent, that gives the editors and the production something to work with. So I never say never. I definitely think, I'm sure that fuels a different part of me. But I also did, I did theater for a very long time, and then of course doing Broadway and national tours. 8 shows a week is brutal. And to be honest, I'm just very spoiled right now by film and TV.
And you should be.
It's
You
a
work
different
hard.
kind of grind though. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like that's easy either. 14 hours a day on set, waiting around. It is its own beast within itself. But I'm sure when the time is right, the time will be right. Divine timing for everything.
Yes, yes. So, guys, if you're just checking in once again, this is the booking magnet,
Hey.
Miss Christine Horn, and she is amazing. You might know her from Snowfall, BMF. She's been in The Good Doctor. She's also been in Keenan, alongside Mr. Keenan Thompson, which is an honor in itself as well. And Christine, you auditioned for Snowfall, right?
Many times.
But
Many times.
yeah. So talk to us a little bit about the audition, right? And kind of how you achieved the role that you were placed in versus what you were auditioning for.
Yeah. you know, it's unlike for many actors, we audition all the time. And Snowfall was a show I was already a fan of. And I auditioned for that show since season 1. Every season I would audition for a role here, a role there. Actually, in season 4, when I actually did book the role of Black Diamond, I had auditioned for several roles prior to that. And and for actors out there, you wonder like, God, why do they keep calling me in? When am I gonna book it? Or sometimes you think, what's wrong with me? Was my audition bad? Like all those things. And I never really thought my auditions were bad. I operate in a very confident, delusional space. I have to, like, just that's what helps me every day. So I was like, one day I'm just gonna keep killing it. Every tape they see, I believe that when people watch my auditions, they just fall in love with me. They just love me. And again, these are the stories you got to tell yourself, because you were either telling yourself a positive story or a negative story. So I tell myself positive stories. And so in season 4, fun fact is I actually ended up auditioning, like I said, several times in season 4. And then I actually read for the role of Dallas, and Taylor Polidor, shout out to her. She actually read for Black Diamond. And when they got down to the wire, they liked us both, but said, can we see y'all swap roles? And so we swapped roles, auditioned again with a self-tape, and then we booked it. And so we joined Snowfall season 4, episode 7, to be specific. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
And the beautiful thing about it is, this is a beautiful reminder of sometimes we just want things just because we want it, but that's not what we're supposed to have. And so I am so grateful in hindsight that I did not book those other roles, because none of them were recurring and none of them were as juicy or as memorable for me as Black Diamond. So that's always a lesson for me. Like, just keep showing up. We don't know the bigger picture.
Wow. Christine, I tell people this all the time. Every now and again, I get a person such as yourself that comes on here and knocks me off of my feet and convicts me, but also gives me what I need. This is the interesting thing. Before yesterday, I did not know that I was going to be reading tonight for 2 different roles in an upcoming independent film.
Okay.
And you just spoke directly to me, because I have to read for a psychiatrist role, right? And a judge role. All of which, now the judge, of course, I haven't accomplished that in my professional career, but the therapist role, I have, And I'm sitting here listening to you, and it's saying to me, you want to get the psychiatrist role because you know it's going to be easier for you, but you are 3 weeks away from finishing law school. You need that judge role so that you can be prepared for what you're fighting for. And so, guys, Trey, you always do this to me, but I'm excited. And Christine, oh my goodness, Christine, thank you for your love and patience in this space.
Oh, it is my pleasure, and it truly fuels me. I was out with some of my actor friends a couple months ago, and we were at dinner, and one of them, people who know me, they see my colleagues, they see me doing stuff, but they're like, oh, I guess she's doing some coaching things. And one of them was like, she said, I was watching an interview you did on the news, and you were still talking about your students on the news. She said, you really like this. You really are committed to this. And I was like, yeah. I don't see this as something I'm just gonna stop. Of course, my schedule has changed, so I'm not as available for like private coaching like I used to be when I started, but I still have my online course, Book More TV. You have to find a way to reach more people easily. And so for me, I put everything I knew about television and all the stuff I'm saying is in my course called Book More TV. And so I made it automated so that I can help people around the world, no matter what market they're in. And then I host a conference. I'll be doing a conference called Booking Magnet Live next year. We postponed it this year due to the strike and just the nature of our industry right now, because I'm very sensitive to, again, what my community needs. So that's still something I know I will continue to do, even if I'm not doing it, 100% of the time. The knowledge is still here, so why not pass it on in the most efficient way possible?
Gosh, and guys, that brings us to another major point, and we're going to talk about this as we prepare to wind it and bring it on in. Your virtual academy, Hollywood Bound
actors. If that's not manifestation and speaking it to existence, I don't know what is.
That,
Hollywood Bound Actors Virtual Academy. How, how do we connect with it?
well, easily here on Instagram, just Hollywood Bound Actors. If wherever you
Okay.
listen to podcasts, Hollywood Bound Actors. Facebook, if you want actual community and connect to people, Hollywood Bound Actors. We keep it real simple. And I have an amazing support team and staff who help me run the group. But really, it is a very supportive group, especially the Facebook group where there's more community and chat threads and comments, things like that, and resources. So yeah, between the Facebook group, Instagram, and the podcast, that is the way to connect. And then based on where you are in your acting journey, you can always reach out to us and see what product that we have would support you in this area. I have paid resources and I have free resources. I'm a very generous person. I have a YouTube channel with over 300 something videos. So people say, well, I don't got the money right now. Okay, well, go to my YouTube channel. Have you watched all, Marilee, one of my students is here in the chat. Have you watched all 300 something videos for free? Like, start there if you don't have the money. So it's not even about that. When people are ready to take it to another level, that's fine. Lily, I also honor everyone's process. Something a coach told me is, Christine, you have to give everyone the dignity of their own process. So I have to make sure I don't get overly invested. There's some people who connect with me who are they just dipping their little pinky toe in the water. They don't really want to be an actor, but they like the idea of acting. And there's people who are like full on, like, I'm ready to quit my job. This is my life's dream and purpose. So I like to have something to serve people, everyone in that sphere, based on where you are. And so I understand that if you're just dipping your toe in the water, then it's fine. You're not going to be as committed as someone, you know what I mean? So I have things for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Guys, you know what? Christine and Trey, we're going to have to bring her back because, Christine, we cannot cover everything that I want to cover with you in this little bit of time, but I'm so grateful because you know what? You have offered me so many gems and jewels that I can now step away, synthesize, process, draw it all down, and pull it back up and cultivate something beautiful. And because of that, I say thank you. And so as we begin to wind it up, if you had the attention of the whole entire world for 60 seconds, what would you say to them?
I would say, and this is already coming up for me, so I'm glad you asked, because I'm really thinking about you personally right now and you thinking about this audition you have. And for anyone who's listening to me, the biggest obstacle you are going to face is just the belief in yourself, period. It's not about your ring light. It's not about your backdrop. It's not about can you memorize the lines. It is, do I really believe I can do this? Maybe I got that one gig, but can I get another and another and another, right? The pressure that comes from within. We want to point our finger and be like, well, my family this and people, my expectations. No, it's this. It is this. The biggest obstacle is the mindset, which is why that's where I always teach from. And a lot of people don't teach from there also. So even just how you were like, I want to do this therapist, counselor, because that feels easier to me, right? That feels safe. Stretching yourself is going to require you to play big. That's why, I talk about don't play small. So keep working on your mindset and your belief in yourself. You heard me say this earlier. For those of you who got here late, you can play this back. I operate in a delusional, overly confident mindset every day because I must. If I don't believe in me, who will? I have to not only train myself on a daily basis to think that I can do anything and remember whose I am and know that the gift that is placed in my heart and my soul and that burning in my belly to do what I love is not there by accident. It is not by accident. The end result already exists. It is about, do you have the courage to stand fully in that which God already told you is already supposed to be? That's the work. Everything else is easy. You can read acting books and do all that stuff. It's this that will talk you out of it every single day.
Guys, that's it. That's it. Hands down. Christine came through here. She served you joy. She served you, Jules, and she served you justice. Christine, thank you so much for being with me. This is not the end. This is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. Thank you so much for just being who you are in this space. Thank you all for tuning
Thank you.
in. And please know, we are always here to serve you the brightest and the boldest of the creatives, innovators, and leaders from around the globe. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.